Hello there, and welcome to Factorio, where we're going to be assembling red flasks automatically, just like we did 5 videos ago. So, what have I done? In what future generations will come to know as the Great Copper Disaster, I decided to destroy a copper chest that was entirely full. The resulting explosion led to every single conveyor belt in the immediate area being contaminated and it clogging up the entire system. It took about 20 minutes to repair, and we won't be doing that again anytime soon. That's what you get when you decide to rush. In order to do things properly, you have to take your time and do it properly, even if that means making 20 trips down to wherever you decide you're going to store your new stuff. So, what have we moved exactly? So, we had some redundant chests in there that were previously storing bits that we'd made in the old assembly area. And we've now got those chested up down here. So, we've got copper wire, we've got copper, well, what I could salvage of it that wasn't being resmelted or fed liberally into a mincing machine. And that's all good, and that's working rather smoothly. As you can see here, our copper wire system is meeting demand perfectly with the electronic circuit. We're never getting over subscribed on that front. I couldn't be happier. Marvellous. In which case, it means that providing you've got an endless supply of iron, you can make copper wire and electronic circuits on a near one-to-one basis, which is fantastic and should be celebrated across the land. So we're going to be making red flasks. I know we've done this before, and now we're going to do it again. Red flasks, as I'm sure you all know off by heart, include a gear of the iron variety and a bar of copper of the copper variety. So we're going to build it up here near our primary gear creation site, which may or may not be a really bad idea. I'm pretty certain it's going to be a really good idea, which is why I'm going full throttle in support of it. Let's use up as little space as possible and bang it right up the top. Is that stupid? Possibly. Anyway, you know, winners dive in, losers plan too much, I've heard from somewhere. Right, so we're going to want some inserter action right here, which does sound vaguely crude, but we won't worry about that too much right now. There we go, inserter action hooked up to our rather fabulous red flask center of excellence, and in on this particular belt we're going to want gears and copper, and we're going to want them flowing on either side. So if we were to do that, it will end up on the top side of the belt, or in fact just in front of the belt, not quite ready to go. So let's do that. Okay, hurrah. So what we want is to feed in copper that's going to finish about there. Okay, we can do that. Which line of copper are we going to take? I think we're going to take this line here, in which case we're going to need underground belts aplenty, which I should have. I've got 46. That's more than enough. I'm hoping that's more than enough. Let's move this light here, and let's see where we go. No, that's even facing the wrong way. First piece facing the wrong way, and this is a good sign of technical excellence. Right, good, and we'll go you there, to that, to that, to here, to me, to you. Oh yeah, look at that, like it was meant to be, lines up like a dream. It's not lined up like a dream. You're going to need to put another piece in there, Sam. Okay, right, we can do that. Look, see, done it. Magnificent, and that should now appear. There we go, it's appeared at the other end. Should we keep it underground? No, let's see it flowing majestically through the night. Okay, flow majestically, why don't you? And majestic flow is underway. This is only going to take from one side of the belt, which seems a little redundant, but that'll, I'm sure, fill itself out as the demand for copper gets higher. He says, knowing nothing. Right, so we want another 2 long handles. Get some belt action on the go. Don't look, link up. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're golden. Right. Oh, and if we do something clever with green flasks to stick them straight on the... Yeah, all right. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves again. Right, good. So, yes, long-handled inserters, dragging this stuff out of this stuff. Hope you're following me. There we go. I'm sure there's an industrial accident waiting to happen there as they collide with each other and tear off bits of iron, steel, whatever, fling it all over the surrounding populace. But frankly, that's the surrounding populace's concern far more than it is mine. Okay, so this looks like it's going to become our primary belt to feed our new research complex. I hadn't intended to build a new research complex. I had intended that the existing research complex would serve me for life, for the rest of the game, in fact. That's obviously complete lies. So there we go. We'll start. Do we want 4? No, let's bang in all 6. There we go. We could probably even go more than that, but you know, right now that'll do the job. And it can sit on this beautiful black coal, which will mean that all of the workers in the research labs get to go home at the end of a hard day's work and need a properly good shower. Not that, in fact, everybody shouldn't go home from a hard day's work and have a properly good shower. Right, there we go. Terrific. More gunfire. 6 of them underway. I possibly ought to go and top those chaps up with ammo relatively soon, but no one's griping about it too hard right now. More power pearls. The pearls of power. And dynamite. Terrific. Right, okay, red flasks back in business. Almost like they never left us. We've still got a chest full of gears here, but were I to destroy it immediately, it would be a repeat of the great copper explosion incident, except this would be the great gear explosion incident, and it would fill this belt immediately, and there'd be the wailing and the gnashing of teeth and the holding down of F until all of that was resolved. Okay, good. So, how are we doing? Well, actually, we're almost meeting our demand for iron, or rather, our demand for iron is starting to outstrip our production, and that's not a good sign. Oh, we've still got a fairly hefty queue, and that means we're just not making iron fast enough. Oh, I was pretty sure this was going to last me a while. Oh well, never mind. Press on, not to be disheartened. Stiff upper lip, all of that jazz. Good. Right, now, green flasks. Green flasks, as I'm sure you remember, are made up of 1 inserter, and they are made up of 1 transport belt. Conveyor belt, transport belt. Call it what you will. So let's make transport belts first, since they are merely made of a gear and an iron plate. These are gears. There's some iron plate. One transporter belt factory? Green flasks take a while to make. Yeah, alright, let's try it. Let's see how we get on. We might need 2, but maybe we only need 1. I can just stick that here. Look at it. Look, it's just begging for it. This is, you know, clearly inspired design on my part. Hang on, where are you going to output it to? I'll make a new belt. Okay, if you say so. No. Yes. Let's just make that now. Let's power it up. Let's give it some instructions. Instructions away. No. Stop pushing the wrong buttons. All of that no action there was the fact that I was telling it to make green flasks, and it's in no way ready to make green flasks yet. So we now want to output with a couple of longhand. Do we want to do a couple of long? No, we just need 1. Oh, do we want to use both sides? Nope, we don't want to use both sides. Fair play, Gov. Well, you're the boss. You do what you think is right. Let's feed that straight into an underground belt. Right about there. And we'll wrap it out the other side. Actually, let's wrap it out quite short, because we are still going to need to make the green flasks after all. I'm not even sure that's the best place for it. But since when is not being the best place for it something that's held me back? I apologise for my lack of diction. Okay, smashing. Right, so that's transport belts being made again. We now just need to make inserters, which I'm sure is going to be just as easy to accomplish, which is one iron plate, one iron gear, and one electronic circuit. Electronic circuits being jauntily created over on this side of the world. We could bang a splitter in there, queue them up here somewhere. What did I say? Iron gear, iron plate. Could take some from our main iron gate stream. Okay, well, let's... What do we need? We still need iron gears, so we could continue that a bit longer. And under and over and pick it up. Alright, let's try it. I'm a firm believer in the... yeah, you know how earlier I was preaching about, oh yeah, measure twice, cut once, sounding like a complete pro. I'm now going like, well, give it a spin, and if you don't like it, rip it up. Which is very much the Factorio way. Give it a spin, if you don't like it, rip it up. Okay, so we've got 2 of those coming in. We're going to want some iron, we're going to want some, circuits. Yes. Okay, cool. We can make this work. We've made everything else work. It's not going to be particularly tidy. Maybe at some point I will dedicate time, energy, resources and enthusiasm into where's going to be good? Into making something like this that's actually, you know, elegant, well thought out. I know there's a subculture in Factorio already for people who spend their time making effective systems in as little space as possible. I prefer to make ineffective systems using as much space as possible, and then taking them apart and building them again. It's a, you know, that's just a thing. That's just how I roll. And if you don't like it, then there's the door. Good, right, so that's iron coming in, iron going in, yes, and then we'll output using some kind of system here, and we'll go flying over there, or make some green flasks. Green flasks, right, where's my belt? There's the belt. So it would make sense to feed whatever we make onto the other side of that belt. Yeah, see, this is going to look like it was inevitable. But when it comes down to it, I'm just making this up as I go along. I know. I sound like I'm a consummate professional and that all of this is very well planned out and that I knew exactly what I was doing from the beginning. But no, that's really just not true. I'm actually just a buffoon. Good. Right. Yeah, let's cut off the power to that. They won't miss it. Okay, they clearly are missing it. I'll stick that in there. Hey, that covered everything. Groovy. And we're going to want to go you split, so alright, let's pick up all of the extras there, and then we'll send this one out that. Keep that happy, and then this one over here. This is not what you had in mind. Well, we're going to have to wait till the box is empty, aren't we? Yes, we're going to have to wait till that box is empty, and then we can tidy up over here. So for now, you're just going to have to forgive the fact that this is a bit of a, what have I done here? Why are you, what, you're trying to put it onto that bit of, I'm not sure that's going to work. Let's unfoul that and see if it is going to work. Nope, it's not going to work. Look at that, fouled immediately. Which means all this copper wire, a quick eye check says we can get it in our backpack. Good, right, smashing, sit. I don't need to be carrying quite that much. Let's take the flasks, let's take a little bit. Okay, good, right, you're still fouled. Don't be fouled. I tell you, inserters are relentless. It's like the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Mickey Mouse and a bunch of automated mops. I bet he did this too. I bet he was forever removing factories before turning the inserters off. you know, for a high-earning cartoon mouse, I mean, he made the kind of juvenile schoolboy mistakes that we all make, and as such, he should be a lesson to us all. But frankly, you know, too few of us actually pay heed to that lesson. Excellent, good. Right, this is going to next one up. This is going to feed onto there, which will give me 2 lines going in, except I don't really want it there. I'd rather have it so that I could get my green flask building machinery in here. So what, we'll just do it one further down. Alright. Alright, now that's going to be the complicated side, so this is going to be the simpler side. Steady on, hold on, hold on. Is this going to... Yes, it's going to work. Be quiet. Good. And then you come down. We can go one further up. Let's go one further up. Deary me. Right, and then you come down here. Right, okay, we've accomplished the same thing, almost, kinda. And then I bet I've not got enough room. Well, let's find out. Here you go, there's one. Yes, how are you going to get those onto that belt? Details. How are you going to get those onto that belt? You had it in a better place beforehand. And how is that belt then going to route itself underneath? It's not. I'm going to do with blues and purples coming up the other way. Okay, fine. All right, good. Yes. All right, yeah, it was better the first time. Stop just randomly pushing buttons. Get your hand on the right part of the keyboard. All right, turn that off. Let's turn that off and do it one lower down. I had it right the first time. Intuitively right the first time. Still, it's not like all this stuff won't come in useful. Plug that in. Bish bash bosh. Right, good. Then we go with a bit of... Are you saying I'm still not convinced this is going to work? That's why we're scientists. Is that what you're calling yourself? Okay. Yes, indeed. What speed do you want? Regular speed. These, no, stuff it. Fast or nothing. Real heroes, put the foot down. Okay, good. Green flask me. And you do the same. There is a small but fairly critical thing that I have just noticed. I'm sure you may have noticed it a minute ago. I'm sure that in the last 5 minutes you've been saying, dude, you haven't finished making your inserters, and it's the inserters you want on there, and not in fact the electronic circuits. How right you are! Okay, good. Well, thanks for letting me know. Of course, if this was in some kind of real-time format, you possibly would have let me know. Good. Thanks for your help. I'm glad that my misfortunes amuse you. Get used to it. That's kind of my thing. Good. Right, yes. Failure's in the name. Failure is kind of the game. Right, you should have... Why have you not? What? What am I not? Oh, you're stuffed. Okay, cool. In which case, we now want to output from there. Let's output over here. As it happens, not as big a disaster as one might have thought. And for once, I'm going to get the transporter belt up and running before I put the inserter there. Oh yeah, learning. That's not going to work. Damn it. Okay, well we'll run some. Yeah, hold on. Oi, you, pack it in. Stop it. Well, that was excessive. I didn't need to destroy the entire place. You onto inserters. Off you go. Right, good. Now we're going to want to do some. Let's pick all of this rubbish up. And then we're going to want to chuck it onto there, but we want it's going to come on the top, and we don't want it on the top. No, on the top is bad. On the top, foils are cleverly laid out dual belt system, and so we actually want it on there. Right. Yeah. No. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Good. Right. Insert. Where's the inserter gone? There we are. Put that in here. Right. You on there. Get to work. Bang, 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 and so on. This then feeds onto there. Terrific. We have success. Fantastic. And I think that'll probably wrap it up for this time. While you're off amusing yourself in other ways, I'm going to figure out how to get these green flasks feeding onto my flask belt ready for research, and then we'll be up to where we were before I tore all this crap apart. Jolly good. Why don't you tune in next time and see how we progress on that front. Cheerio.